Television presents the following program in high definition.
And I want to welcome you to my kitchen.
Today we're doing tapas. Alone, a delicious little nibble. Put a few of them together and you've got a meal. Savory or sweet, it's a party.
Daisy Cooks is brought to you by
As Daisy says, eat great, feel great, look great. Marshalls. Brand names for less.
All-Clad Metal Crafters. All-Clad is bonded construction. All-Clad is innovative design. All-Clad is professional equipment. All-Clad is a state of mind. Brillo with Oxy Action. For tough messes, Oxy microbubbles lift and dissolve grease and grime. Brillo, cleaning solutions for your home for over 90 years. Diageo. As Daisy says, eat great, feel great, look great. And if you drink, drink responsibly. Diageo, celebrating life every day, responsibly.
Have you ever been to a restaurant, open the menu, and there are 3, 4, maybe even 5 things that look absolutely delicious and you can't make up your mind which one of them you want? Well, in España, in Spain, the Spanish love to eat that way, and they've come around with a way of eating called tapas. Tapas are little plates of different noshes, little nibbles, and you can make a meal out of them. My family and I visited Barcelona and literally ate our way from one side of the town to the other, stopping in as many tapas bars as we could. Each little tapas bar has their own specialty tapa, ham in one, olives in another, tortilla española in yet another. The first tapa we're going to make today is just very, very simple but very delicious. I like to keep a jar of spiced olive in my refrigerator in case I feel like a little nibble before dinner, or if somebody rings my doorbell and I want to share a glass of sherry or wine, I have a little something just to pull out of the fridge until I serve dinner. Today I'm going to be using Cerignola olives, and to me these olives are so meaty they're like eating steak, but they're a little bland, so these I'm going to pop with some great stuff here. These are Catalan olives. If you have a favorite olive and you don't want to make a mix, then you know that's what you want to do. I'm going to finish this off to give it a little color and variety with a beautiful little niçoise. So I have an Italian olive, a French olive, a Spanish olive. I have some cumin seed, and when you toast cumin, you want to do this at medium-low heat. The toasting really blooms the flavor and releases their fragrance. I'm going to go ahead and spoon these out right in here. I have some oregano, about 1.5 teaspoons. Again, these are recipes that I want you to make your own. If you have some fresh oregano in your garden, throw some sprigs in there. If I love cumin, I'm having an illicit affair with garlic. I can't get enough of it. And it's good for you, at least my mom says. One more? Absolutely. And then I'm going to cover them with olive oil. The olive oil gets flavored with the cumin, the garlic, the oregano, and you can keep these in your refrigerator for 2 weeks, if they last that long, which in my house they never do. Just gonna go ahead and cover these, give them a little spin. The idea is to get these babies in the refrigerator and keep them there always. The longer they sit, the better they get. After a day or so, you'll want to remove the garlic cloves to avoid any chance of bacterial contamination. Or if it happens like in my house, they'll be gone by that time and it won't be a worry. If you're going to keep them for longer than 2 days, go ahead and take the garlic out. My girlfriend Liz is a chocolatier. She loves to pay tribute to her Mexican heritage through her chocolate. We were talking one day and I said to her, I said, Liz, what do you think of a recipe using nuts and like a chocolate with that whole Mayan thing going on, which is the use of dark chocolate with heat, with chilies? And she was like, you know, I think that sounds interesting. So she gave me a recipe. I daisified it a little bit and I'm happy with it. These make a great tapa because, again, you can, let me just lower the heat on this. You can just leave them in little Ziplocs and put them away in your pantry and have them. Your friends come over, you open up a bottle of wine, you have a beautiful little spiced nosh, a little bite that you can put out for them. I have a pound of dark brown sugar. I'm going to make a syrup here. Okay, I'm going to make a little spice mix here. I'm going to start out with about a tablespoon of cumin and some coriander, about 2 teaspoons, some salt, about a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and about a half a teaspoon of red cayenne pepper. Okay, I'm going to turn the heat off of this, and I'm going to go ahead and drop my almonds into the syrup. These are plain unsalted almonds, as you can see, with the skins on. And I want to swirl them around so they get a nice coat. And then I'm going to toss them in the spice mixture. You know what's great is when the hot almonds hit the spices. I love when that happens with food. I've had people say, oh, Daisy, I'd love to go to your house just because the minute you walk in the door, you know that something good's going to happen. It's like, really? That's so cool, you know? Okay, so we have this nice coat on the almonds, and I'm going to go ahead and spread them on this baking sheet that I have here with parchment paper. I don't want to shake it too much because I don't want the coating to come off of the almonds. So I'm going to put these in a 300-degree oven for about 10 minutes, and then we'll turn the tray around, let them go for another 10 minutes, and then we're going to have the most unbelievable almonds you've ever tasted in your life. Okay. I've turned them already and perfect. You guys are not going to believe how pretty these look already. And I'm not finished with them yet. Look at how glossy and dark. They're just absolutely beautiful. Great. They're nice and tacky from the syrup that we made. I have some sweet ground chocolate and confectioner's sugar. And I'm going to mix them together. And then we're going to sift these together onto this tray. So I have my chocolate. I'm going to take the almonds, bring this tray over here. And I'm going to work the almonds right into the chocolate. And then I'm just going to roll them in this chocolate. And if they clump up like that, just separate them. Once they start getting the chocolate powder on them, they'll be fine. I want them to spread out on this sheet. There we go. And I'm going to leave that, and every once in a while, I'm just going to give them another little shake. They'll just pick up a little more of the chocolate. It's nice to do that when the almonds are still, you know, hot from the oven because they'll pick up the most. They're looking beautiful already. Okay. I'm going to for about 15 minutes till they cool. So Liz's chocolates by way of Daisy. Thank you, Liz. Already they're tasting wonderful. This is a little piece of heaven, otherwise known as a Serrano ham. I'm standing here, what I'm smelling is driving me insane because what I want to do really is just run away with this ham. I'm going to be very generous and share it with you. Serrano ham, it's one of my favorite things to eat. It's very, very delicate in flavor. You would compare it to maybe prosciutto. I'm going to show you a couple of quick tapas that you can make with jamon serrano. Very simple, very quick, and very delicious. Asparagus with serrano ham and shallots, and beautiful little figs in a blanket. I have here some asparagus. I'm going to take the woody ends off. Once I bring this up to the boil, when it seems to be there right about now, I'm going to plunk the asparagus in, and I'm going to add some shallots here once the water goes down. I want these to be nice and bright green. I think vegetables are wonderful, and the less you do to them, the better it is. And by the time that this water evaporates in my saute pan here, the asparagus are going to be cooked exactly how I want them to be. They turn almost like an electric green. And just, roll them around so they all get an even chance. Over here, I have some really pretty figs. You'll wrap a little piece of Serrano ham around your fig. You get the sweet and the tart and the smoke. It's amazing. I love figs. There's nothing a fig could do wrong as far as I'm concerned. Okay, you're not going to believe how good these asparagus are. And I'm going to go ahead and just lay them on my plate. I still have a little bit of water left. Let me just drain this. I have some olive oil and shallots. I'm going to lower the heat a little bit and just let those shallots get nice and soft for a minute or two. And finish rolling my little fig halves with ham. So fabulous. My father could sit and go through a whole plate of these. Okay. And I'm going to add little strips of the tip of my Serrano ham. And basically, I want to be able to smell it. I want the heat to come up and just shade the ham a little bit. You see it turning just a lighter pink, a little lighter. And I'm going to dress my asparagus. So we have a beautiful dish of asparagus with shallots and Serrano. We have our delicious little figs draped with Serrano. But my favorite way to have Serrano is just like this. I often put a plate of it right on the table, and there's nothing better than that. Pinchos. Pinchos are little skewered foods that you find in practically every tapas bar in Spain, and certainly at Casa Martinez. I'm going to be doing two different kinds of pinchos, both with seafood today. The first one involves this pineapple. And I save the skins because we'll be wanting these skins to make vinagre. Vinagre is this wonderful condiment. Every family in Puerto Rico has the best recipe for vinagre. To make vinagre, the first thing we're going to do is cut the rinds off of the pineapple and set them in a saucepan with water to cover, bring to the boil. For about 15 minutes, you're going to want to get a little color on the water. In the meantime, you add your choice of peppers. You can chop some up. You could leave some whole. Onion. Smash some garlic. Some fresh oregano. Peppercorn. A couple of tablespoons of cider vinegar or your vinegar of choice. You add salt and then the pineapple rind extract.
For more information, go to www.daisycooks.com.
You'll be thinking, how in the world did you ever manage to live without vinagre? I could sooner do without ketchup than I could do without vinagre, but you be the judge of that. You want to trim the pineapple so that you can't find any more seeds. And of course, these eyes need to go. And I'm just going to go ahead and let the core of the pineapple, that woody center that the pineapple has, I'm going to be cutting around that. And that's just the easiest way for me to do it. And the pineapple will tell you where it is. Then I just want some nice chunks of pineapple. That's really good pineapple. I always have pineapple in the house, cut up and in the refrigerator. My family loves it. It's the kind of thing that you don't think about buying when you're in the supermarket. You see them there, but you don't think of, it's kind of scary, a pineapple. It's like a little intimidating to some people. Pineapples are your friend, okay? Oh boy, is that good. As much as I love jamon, whether it be Serrano or Iberico, I love chorizo. If we have something to thank the Spanish for in my house, it's chorizo. I love chorizo in rice. I love chorizo in pinchos. I love chorizo just on a plate with some nice cheese and great bread. It's not spicy. There's no heat in chorizo, but it's garlicky and it has paprika in it and it's got such aroma. You know, it's too good, if such a thing could be. Okay, red bell pepper. Nice sweet red bell pepper. Just gonna open her up and take the inside right out. Cut the ribs away. And then we're just gonna cut little squares that I'll be able to run through the skewers. Then I have some gorgeous diver scallops here. And these scallops are so different from the ones that you ordinarily find sitting in that milky bath. There's no preservatives in them. The texture is just different. They're sweet. Once you taste a diver scallop, you'll never want another type of scallop ever again. And then over here, I have some very, very pretty shrimp. And I'm going to take the shells off but leave the tail on and just open the back, you know, to clean the vein. And these are immaculate. They're just totally pristine. Beautiful. And mango, top and tail. And then you look at where the pit is, and you just follow the pit with your knife all the way down. And again, on the other side, find the pit and let the pit tell you where to cut. Okay? And then usually the little ends, Angela, my 9-year-old daughter, is standing right by me to deliver me of, because those are really a little too small to put on my skewers. Just peel back the skin. This is also something that we always have in the refrigerator. It's Angela's favorite fruit. And when she eats a mango, it's a joy to watch her eat a mango. She ends up with mango in her eyebrows. In her little nose is just a little mango face. Okay, then I'm going to cut this in little chunks. Beautiful. And my friends, the jalapenos. Now, you've heard me say before, and if you haven't, I'll say it again. The heat of a pepper is in the ribs and in the seeds. So when you use one of these hot peppers, if you remove the seeds and the ribs, you're getting rid of most of the heat. You're taking the fangs off the dragon, so to speak. I think my son Eric's favorite story of all time that he likes to tell. We have 4 children, my husband and I. And on this particular night, Jerry decided to take Eric to the movies. So it was like, before we go to the movies, let's grab a quick bite. So they went to a neighbor Turkish restaurant and got a takeout platter. My husband had this big, long green pepper. So he says to Eric, why don't you try? Because Eric likes spice. So Eric says, sure. And he bit off the tip of the pepper. And he goes, no, this is not bad at all. So Jerry takes the pepper and sticks it in his mouth and takes off this huge chunk and was blasted with this incredibly hot Turkish pepper. Well, the steam came out of his ears and the fire alarms went off. And I said, well, you know that the heat, I didn't know the heat was only in the seeds and the ribs. So I said, well, I don't think you're likely to forget that ever again. Poor Jerry. Okay, here I have some wooden skewers that I've been soaking in water. When you do this, you want to do it for a minimum of 30 minutes. And the reason that you do this is that when you put these wooden skewers on a hot grill, you don't want them catching fire. So, the art of the pincho. When I do pinchos, I like to use 2 skewers. And the reason that I do this is that I'm able to fix whatever it is that I'm skewering. Whereas with 1 skewer, sometimes whatever it is that you're cooking gets soft, and then you can't turn it. It kind of dances on your skewer. Okay? And you make them pretty. And you make it interesting. You give it color. You give it a variety of flavors. It's really fun food. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to make 3 of these pinchos, and let's make some shrimp ones. So I'm skewering the shrimp, coming in and pinching it again, and this way the shrimp is secure. It's not going to spin around on the skewer. I can turn it, I can twist it, I can twirl it, I can make it do a happy dance. I have happy shrimp. Pepper, mango, and shrimp. Just sprinkle a little salt. Okay, so I'm just going to run a little olive oil on my hands and kind of just dress lightly the pinchos. If my mother's watching, she's going, I told her not to play with her food. This is okay, Ma. Okay, and I'm coming over here to my grill where I'm going to oil with my little paper towel a nice hot grill. And this is canola oil. Excellent. The pinchos are ready for the pool. And we'll just start to watch the fish just start to turn opaque, and we'll know it's time to turn them. About 3 minutes on each side. Perfect. Pinchos aren't something that you can put on the grill and walk away from. Shellfish cooks fairly quickly, and you don't want to leave it on the grill and have it dry out. So you really need to pay close attention. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at the color of those shrimp and the pretty grill marks on the mango. So here's my skewer method proven at last. You can see how easily it is to turn everything all together uniformly. You could turn it over and over and around, and everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. Look how gorgeous the yellow and the red and the chorizo look together, and how pretty the yellow of the mango and the pink of the shrimp with the green of the jalapeno. The fun in making pinchos is that you can play with color and texture, with spice, with sweetness, with heat. You could make it any of those things that you want it to be. And as I said, there's nothing you can't put on a skewer. You can make them as big or as little as you want. Okay, these are just absolutely beautiful. The shrimp, of course, taking a little longer to cook than the scallops because they're bigger. I'm going to take this over here, and I'm just going to sprinkle my pinchos with a little vinagre. And now I'm going to bring out all of my tapas, and we're going to have a tapa party. Wow. If this doesn't look like a party, I don't know what does. And you don't have to fly all the way to Barcelona for it. And I'm just going to add a little bit of salt to tweak my seasonings for the asparagus with Serrano ham and shallots. I have these beautiful little figs in a blanket, and I have my gorgeous chocolate spiced almonds and my delicious combination of olives with spices and oil, and my delicious pinchos de mariscos, my little skewered pinchos, which I have to taste a little. I'll have to take one of these scallops I talked about. Look how beautiful they are. All done all the way through. It's so hard to talk when your mouth is watering. Mmm. Okay. Delicious. And the little touch of vinagre just gives it that extra kapow. So whether you're bar hopping in Barcelona or in the comfort of your own home trying these wonderful tapas, I'm going to wish you buen provecho.
Daisy Cooks, Latin flavors that will rock your world, contains over 200 of her detailed recipes. With each order, you also get a Daisy Cooks DVD at no additional cost. It includes the never broadcast Daisy Pilot and 3 favorite shows. To order, call 800-336-1917. The price is $29.95. You can also order the Daisy Cooks book with free DVD at her website, daisycooks.com.
Hola, it's Daisy. Hey, I'd love to hear from you. You can reach me at daisycooks.com. Tell me what you think. Sign up for my newsletter and get recipes and tips in English and Spanish. It's all at daisycooks.com.
Daisy Cooks is brought to you by
As Daisy says, eat great, feel great, look great. Marshalls. Brand names for less.
All-Clad Metal Crafters. All-Clad is bonded construction. All-Clad is innovative design. All-Clad is professional equipment. All-Clad is a state of mind. Brillo with Oxy Action. For tough messes, Oxy Micro Bubbles lift and dissolve grease and grime. Brillo, cleaning solutions for your home for over 90 years. Diageo. As Daisy says, eat great, feel great, look great. And if you drink, drink responsibly. Diageo, celebrating life every day responsibly.